another evidence to show that the test envisaged for the research were best. Now, for multicollinearity, looking at the arrow in red, the number in red, 0.099, shows that when you compare it, it's not up to 1. If it were up to 1, it means that all this data would not have been used for regression. So having done this pre-test, the researcher actually turned it wise to run the test for regression. From here, the data analysis shows clearly there was descriptive statistics, there was Spearman correlation, and multiple linear regression model. From this table here, it shows clearly that you have the target population represented by the schools, the research hypothesis, correlation, the R value, ANOVA value, regression coefficient, and the decision. I will start with the hypothesis for Labonte. For let's relate Labonte, when you look at the correlation, it has negative 0.065. This shows that when it comes to access, skill, and knowledge digital divide, when correlated with students' academic performance, there is an inverse correlation, meaning that an increase in the gap that exists between those who have access and can use this tool, an increase in this gap will actually decrease the students' academic performance. The same thing happened with Sacred Heart here with negative 0.17. So that all the schools here have an inverse correlation, meaning that the wider the gap in digital world, the lower the performance. Now looking at the R-square value here, R-square value in regression is used to predict the unique role of a predictor on an outcome variable. If you look at Labonte 4.6%, it shows that the negative rule of digital divide on students' academic performance is 4.6%. While Sacred Heart is just 6.3%, the same Brazzaville is 55.8%. The ANOVA value here is used to test the hypothesis. Initially, before I started, I made mention of the fact that the null hypothesis were adopted, where access, skill, and knowledge digital divide had no statistical significant effect on students' academic performance. Now looking at this value here, 0.02, 0.68, and 0.41. For Sacred Heart, single-handedly is 0.65. This shows that the 0.65 is more than an alpha level of 0.05. So at that juncture, the researcher failed to reject the null hypothesis and retain the alternative hypothesis. But for Collège Labonte and the Brazzaville, the null hypothesis, which upholds that access, skill, and knowledge digital divide have no statistical significant effect on students' academic performance, was rejected and the alternative retained. At this juncture, some recommendations were as well met to the power that be, so that upon suggestion, they will help to ameliorate the problem of digital divides. Suggestions were as well made for further study. At this juncture, President of the jury and honorable members of the jury, I humbly present my work to you for further correction that will go a long way to improve the quality of it.
Thank you, Mr.